What up, YouTube? Today on Gear Zombie, we're gonna go over 10 gifts you can give for that guitar player for under 40 bucks. This doesn't feel very Christmassy at all. Whoa! Skull.
Gear Zombie.
That's mighty good cocoa. We're gonna go over 10 cool gifts that you can give to that guitar player for Christmas. Number 1, job application. Oh, I'm kidding. They used to tell me to get a job. Then I got one and it euthanized all my hopes and dreams. But I'm sure that won't happen to you. So let's start with number 1. Strap locks. If you're a guitar player, this might not seem like an exciting thing to you, but to me, getting a set of strap locks in your stocking is an awesome gift. We've all had the time we're standing there playing, the strap just lets go. This is gonna stop that. And at like 12 bucks, for the silver, for some reason they're more expensive for the black, but we're still looking at like 15 bucks. For 15 bucks, it's gonna keep your strap on your guitar where it belongs. Dunlop strap locks. Number 2, the Groove Tech 10-in-1 multi-tool. I got one of these, hold on. I got a couple of these. These are fantastic. I keep one here, I keep one in my live bag when we play out, and to be honest, I'm so bad with losing tools that I use this almost for everything now. I hate hauling around a ton of tools, so having this little thing in my bag that has pretty much every screwdriver on it that you're gonna need if you need to adjust your truss rod. It has the correct Allen key for that. If you use a floating trem, it has the correct keys for that. It's got Phillips screwdrivers, straight head screwdrivers, and they're cheap enough that it's silly to not have one hanging around. Multi-tool. Number 3, hold, cocoa time. I mentioned we're 10 and 2. The Guitarists Planet Waves headstand, instrument stand, workbench thingamabob. Or this guy. This is another thing that I keep a couple of them hanging around. This is a stand for your guitar neck. Hold please. For your guitar neck. So you can place it on a table and work on it. Or guitar neck. So you can place it on a table and work on it. I keep a couple of these around, usually one here and one in my bag, just in case I'm gonna change strings or do whatever, someplace where I'm not at home, or even right here on my desk. I can just set the thing down, put a towel underneath it, whatever, and prop the neck in there, and it collapses nice and I can just throw it in my bag. This sucker's under 10 bucks, do it. Number 4. Here's another Planet Waves Guitarists Whatsit. This is a string winder wire cutter combo. Well, I'm generally pro powered string winder. It's another thing that I like to keep a couple of them around. Mostly because I've got the peg winder and I've got the wire cutter. When I have to find a peg winder and wire cutters, that means I'm gonna take like 45 minutes to find tools in my house. Where with this, it only takes me like 25 to find the 3 of them I have. And at 8 bucks, a perfect stocking stuffer. Number 5, fast fret. You'll be sweep picking and double picking like John Petrucci in no time by using fast fret. Not true at all. However, what I do like about this stuff, if you've never used it before, comes with a nice little wandy doohickey Whatsit. You rub this on your strings, put the cap back on, put it back in the tin, comes with a nice little rag, and you wipe back over the strings. Get your strings all clean and nice and bright sounding. And because I generally change my strings biannually, this keeps me in business. I know how you're looking at me. You do the same thing. You run your strings until they're about ready to give you tetanus. Use fast fret. Still under number 5, you could also use finger ease, which is like an aerosol spray that you spray across and wipe off. I used to use that stuff too. I loved it until I got onto fast fret, and I just like having everything all in one container. Again, one in my bag, one in the studio. Number 6. Did I mention we're on top of our division? Number 6 is vinyl record wall clock. These gifts don't have to all be tools and musical trinkets. Just music related stuff. These are cool because these are basically laser cut vinyl albums. And I found a ton of different ones. I found ones for a bunch of different bands. I found like a Korn one, I found a Slipknot one, found a bunch of movies, but then I found a bunch with guitars and drums and all that stuff. So as a musician, I thought this would be a pretty cool clock to have hanging around. Number 7, the plugins jack racks. I love these things. Got a 1/4-inch plug keychain, you got the jack rack that can be one of many different amps that we've seen here. There's an Engel one, there's a Marshall one, I think there's a Friedman one, there's a bunch of them. Then you got your 4 jacks, mount the thing on the wall, plug your keys in, boop, there you go. A super cool gift any guitar player is gonna love. Number 8, I dig this even though I'm not a huge Fender guitar player, but the Fender bamboo cutting board. Pretty cool gift for a guitar player, which reminds me, I was totally stalking a Vic Firth guy at NAMM for Vic Firth pepper grinders. I might talk about that in my drum video. But as a husky fellow that likes to cook, having like music, cooking related things is pretty cool to me. So I totally recommend the Fender Stratocaster cutting board. Hold. I just pulled this out of my rear. My brother got me a guitar spatula. It's got a little fretboard. I've never used it. I've always hung it on my wall. We'll make that 9.2. Item 9.2. And number 10, one of my favorite items, a buddy loaned one to me and I need to get myself some. The Vox Amp Plug. These things are awesome. Just little amps with a 1/4-inch plug. You plug in your guitar, plug your headphones in, takes a couple AAA batteries, and they get surprisingly good sound out of them. But they have various ones for AC30, blues, lead, metal. There's even a bass one. So if you want to get something cheap that you can just plug in, plug your headphones in, and have some decent sound and jam, I totally recommend these little amp plugs. They're super cool. Yeah, order me some of those. We'll do some YouTube demos for those. I think I owe you an apology. I was looking back through that and I had made a list of like 25 things that I thought were cool, and I kind of whittled it down and whittled it down. And then I snuck down here to make the video because, you know, if family knows I'm making a video, then they have to kick in the door. But I actually ended up with 11 items. You gotta understand how this works. It's hard for me to put these videos together. I gotta like sneak down when nobody's looking. Otherwise my kids like gnaw and claw at the door, and my girlfriend will come in and start putting things away. And so I kind of have to strike when nobody's looking. The old carpe diem, if you know what I'm saying. Vinyl wall clock? Can I strike vinyl wall clock? Will you give me a second chance? I mean, the wall clock's cool. If you like the clock, do the clock. But here's what I really wanted in the list. The guitar grip. I've got your regular run-of-the-mill wall guitar hangers, but this is a freaking hand. It's a hand that you mount to the wall and it just holds your guitar. It's a hand. A hand comes like from here and it just comes out of the wall and you just put the guitar in it. That's badass. A vinyl wall clock is not badass. I mean, if you want a vinyl wall clock, I mean, that's a cool thing, yeah? Right? People look at that clock and say, oh, hey, look, that's cool. It's a vinyl wall clock. Great, it's 4. But they'll look at a freaking hand coming out of the wall, like choking your guitar neck like friggin' Darth Vader, and they'll say, hey, man, you're the real deal. Yeah, that's what'll happen. You ain't gonna get that with a vinyl wall clock, are ya? Alright, hey, the links for everything I talked about are down in the description. Go check them out, see what you think. And you know what, if you have some ideas for some Christmas gifts for guitarists under 40 bucks, put them down in the comment section. Do me a favor, hit the like button, hit subscribe, find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. Until next time, Skull Vikings, Gear Zombie.